Wait for it. Such a fun song, man. This hyper pop, hyper funk, electro type shit. I love it. Very much like a, definitely a very modern sound. But you really can't be mad about it. How you doing? I'm weird. I think I'm doing okay. Ironically enough, it feels like my real life stuff is doing better than my online stuff, which is hilarious to think about. I had a job interview yesterday, which is the reason I couldn't stream. Normally I stream on Thursdays, as I'm sure you're very well aware. You all tracking my, my stream schedule very intently. I didn't stream yesterday. I had a job interview. I thought it went great. I thought I fucking nailed it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am usually very hard on myself in terms of, my performance and whatnot. I think I fucking nailed it. I think I killed it. I feel great. I was in some stuffy ass state job interview. I'm interviewing with the goddamn state, and if you know anything about the state, which you don't, but if you knew anything about the state, you know that they're stuffy and procedural and very like McDonald's. That's very funny. It's very, very. Oh Jesus. Yeah. So what I was trying to say is that it's very stuffy and procedural. It's a very annoying, but I was making them laugh, bro. I was like, dude, I was like cracking people up. I was hitting jokes. I was going crazy on that bitch. I was like, hell yeah, baby. Now all I have to do is have my references say good things about me, and I should get the job. Easy does it, right? I know you better than that. No, it's like some like paper pushing job. It's really nothing special. It's like I sit at a desk all day and I push papers and I answer phone calls, which is like kind of what I expected to do. But yeah. It should be pretty fun if I get it. Were you the guy from the 1,000-player Minecraft social experiment video thingy? Boom! You nailed it. You got it, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations, AO Slits. You are the first person to ever tell me that. That's a joke. But you've won $1 million. Congratulations. As the first person to ever say that, you have won $1 million. To recognize me, you have won $1 million. Congratulations. You can collect your check in the mail. It's coming. I promise. No, speaking of Minecraft events, you actually gave me a very good segue, AO Slits. I appreciate that. You gave me a very good segue off to talking about some Minecraft event stuff, because I think I'm going to play in some more. There are some happening. There's a 500-player event that Darkest Memories is hosting. I didn't realize Darkest Memories hosted anything higher than 200, but they're doing like a 500-player Maze Runner Civilization event. I don't know if it's going to be hype or not, but hey, fuck it. It seems like a pretty reasonable time. I recognize the name from Brawlhalla. That's crazy. What a fucking crazy reference. Never mind, AO Slits. I thought holy shit. What a fucking reference. For the 2 months I played Brawlhalla. That's crazy. AO Slits coming in with a fucking right hook from Narnia. Yeah, shout out. Brawlhalla was fun until, it stopped, and then I kind of just raged at the game a little bit too hard, which is kind of understandable. It's Brawlhalla at the end of the day. What can you expect? So there's a Darkest Memories 500 player event. It's happening in the morning. It's happening at like 10 a.m. in the morning, which I think is kind of crazy. But hey, fuck it, we ball. Should be fun times regardless. And then there's also the big event that we need to talk about. Progeny is back. That's right. Season 3 Progeny is happening. If you remember Progeny, the last time we played in it, it was fucking ass and terrible and awful. if you forgot, it was actually terrible. The worst. Okay. However, I kind of have to play in it, A, because I have a pre-existing character, and B, I've literally had somebody DM me saying, hey, I want to do some character work with you, and I'm like, fuck, now I have to play in this thing. But there are benefits to my character. It's not all bad things. I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy, or at least an entirely negative Nancy. There are good things. My character is literally insane. Which is a very unique spot that I get to find myself in. I get to reasonably justify why my character has become fucking insane, which is great for me, because I don't have to interact with anybody that I don't want to, which is fantastic. I just have to pretend like nobody's alive. I can just live in my own world. I don't have to talk to anybody. It's amazing. It's great. I don't have to talk to anybody. So that's happening. I'm insane. I need to figure out how my character is going to work or what my goals or my motivations are going to be. Probably it's going to be like killing somebody or like destroying the world or something like, you know, sinister like that. So I can actually like do something, get myself killed pretty quickly so I don't have to play in the event for too long. That's the goal at least. I'm trying to die, but I'm trying to die like relatively quickly. I'm trying not to die, but I'm trying to die with some relevance and pretty quickly so I can like do the thing, right? I can do the thing. I can just die and then, you know, get over it basically. All right. I'm not trying to do no hero's journey of like recovering. This is not trying to happen. I'm just trying to get myself killed the fuck off. That guy Fluxion pissed me off for 3 straight hours. If it makes you feel any better, Fluxion's actually a really nice guy. If it makes you feel any better, Fluxion is actually fantastic. He's actually a pretty big character in the Progeny event that I was talking about. He's basically a leader in almost every single Minecraft Civ event he can get his hands on. He basically just leads, and he's really good at it. That's why he does it, because he's just like you would think that somebody who leads that much, it would get like kind of annoying and boring. He's like, oh, it's this guy again. No, he does a really good job of doing the leader stuff. That's why he does it. It's actually it's a lot harder than you think to be a leader in a Minecraft event. I can testify to that. I've done it before. It's not easy, but he does it pretty good. So shout out to Fluxion, shout out to Saps. Also, a much better friend I am of Saps. I know much more about Saps than I do Flux. I haven't really talked to Flux like that. But Saps is a homeboy. Who else? Spood, of course, the king of all kings, Spood. That's my boy right there. Just keeping me around him because he likes my vibes that much. Let's play some Red Ball, huh? That's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Hey, let's go. Let's play some Red Ball. Keep streaming. I play for your success. Hey, man, I've been here 5 years. I don't know if it's coming anytime soon, but hey, you know, the thing with like internet stuff like that is that you can never really guess when it's going to happen, right? That's what I've learned. It's that taking bets on when success is going to happen is not what you can do. The best thing you can do is to just keep putting out stuff that you like, keep putting out stuff that you enjoy, and at some point, you know, if it catches on, if something hits the algorithm right, then hey, you already have a giant backlog of like high quality shit that people can go through, and that's how you make fans. When you have a backlog of high quality shit, or at least in my case, I keep putting out high quality streams, which you know you can argue are higher or lower in quality. It's not really that deep for me. Hopefully, once I get myself a better PC, I'll be able to really cook with increasing the actual quality of the stream itself. I know this is a little suspect. The sheep instead of sheep was recognizable enough. That is what I have been told a lot, bro. It's the capital S, capital H, actually huge for me. In terms of branding, that has actually maybe been the greatest choice of my fucking life. That branding choice was fucking amazing. Because people actually recognize me. It's not just sheep, it's sheep. The 003 is meaningless, okay? I have some brand recognition, bro. It's crazy. It's really funny how that works. I should not be practicing level 3 too much, because level 3 is, really easy, but it's got enough frame perfects for me to, like, justify it, right? I don't know if I'm going to be streaming for too long today. Mostly because I got other stuff I want to do, and also, basically I'll be here next MC stream. I don't know, it might be a while, AO, so, I'll tell you that, but if we get into this next Civ event, then give it a couple weeks, we'll be back on that shit. Right now, I'm just trying to get this sub 3. And then after that, I'll be lost. And then after that, who knows, maybe I'll just go back to blocky hockey or Minecraft hockey, because apparently I'm just I'm beloved in that community, apparently. Out of nowhere, I became a niche. I don't want to say micro celebrity, because I'm not a micro celebrity in that community. I'm just, people like me in that community. For no fucking reason, I think. Well, no, sorry, I should stop saying that. I should stop being down on myself. Not for no fucking reason. For a good reason. I'm cool as shit. That's why people like me. People like me because I'm fucking sick. Obviously, that's why people like me. It's not hard to figure it out. What else do I want to talk about? Oh yeah, football. Let's talk about le football. A football americano. If you speak the language of Espanol, which I don't, but I took some classes, so I know some phrases. Football americano. The goddamn 49ers won again, which is my team. But it was a barn burner. It was a booty clencher. It's crazy that we won because our team fucking sucks. Let's keep it a whole buck. The only thing keeping us alive is A, decent defense, and B, CMC and miracles. Basically, it's kind of what's happening. Has our football game. Is your uni good at football? Because I went to a university and my football team sucked for all 4 years, so I didn't go to a single game. Because why the fuck would I want to see my team get bitched out in live audience? I could be a live audience to getting my team bitched out. Our biggest university football rival is all in Canada? The fuck? I didn't know Canada played football. Whenever I hear of other like countries playing football, it's like, for me, it's like, damn, I thought it was like only an America thing. I thought only Americans did that shit. I understand that, like, you know, the NFL is trying to diversify their audience, and they're seemingly doing I don't want to say they're doing a good job at it, but I'm saying, you know, like when you get to cultures that just like competition and like sporting events, I think, you know, they're doing a pretty good job there, right? You go to like anywhere in like fucking Brazil or something, like all those fuckers, they just like, you know, people fighting each other and shit. They're just with the competition, so you can just sell them on anything. And football, I think, is a pretty like once people understand the rules of football, I think that selling people on it is pretty easy to do. I've said before that I think football is like a very entertaining sport. I think it's arguably one of the better sports in terms of rule sets. In terms of entertainment value, I think football it definitely is up there as terms of some of the best some of the best sports to watch. The only problem with football is that you need to have like good like side entertainment, right? Your casters need to be on point. You need to have a good camera crew. You need to have a lot because there's a lot of like these mini downtime stuff between plays. So you just need to be able to have a really good crew to be able to really like show off a football game. If you have a really good crew like that, then your football game's going to go crazy. The only problem I have is like maybe ad breaks are a little bit too hard on football. I know that it's kind of built for ads. It's a game built for advertisements, and I get that, but at some point you need to think about. I don't watch it. It's not big here. It gets 25K. 25K is nothing to scoff at, bro. It's more viewers than I get. Game there's this Brazilian guy in my class. He was so upset they lost. Well, okay, yeah. World Cup for sure. I get that, okay? I was upset when the U.S. lost in the World Cup, okay? But I was watching, you know, from home back in 2022. And also, dude, man, I'm so excited for the World Cup next year. That shit is going to go crazy. Because hopefully Team US won't be complete utter ass. At least hopefully, right? The goal is that this time the United States are not, you know, bumbling idiots on the field. Maybe we're like at least half confident. Like a miracle run type shit. Are we good enough to make a miracle run is the question, right? I think that we might be getting up there to that, like, you know, this team could feasibly make like a miracle run. I say feasible and miracle run in the same sentence, which is weird, but hey. Speaking of the Niners, sorry, back on topic, the goddamned Niners, who have been just shitting it up. I was talking to my dad a little bit about it, ironically enough. My dad texted me during my workout, which is abnormal. My dad is not normally in the I don't want to say brain space, but normally he's got a lot of other stuff to worry about other than texting his beloved son. But yeah, we were talking about the Niners game. He's like, yeah, dude, this Niners team is not it. Whatever it is, this Niners team is not. And I think we both agreed the big reason is goddamn Kyle Bananahan. Kyle Shanahan, but I call him Kyle Bananahan. Kyle Bananahan sucks. He doesn't suck, but he's just not good enough as a head coach. He is not good enough as a head coach. He is a regular season head coach. That's what I'll call him. He's a regular season head coach. We don't have an O-line. We don't have a head coach that can win us postseason games consistently. And all of our players are injured. Arguably a lot because of Kyle Shanahan's play calling. It's very physical. Puts our guys in injury range a lot. But I'd say mostly the O-line. A lot of it is the O-line. But yeah, the Niners are not very good. However, they are also 4-1. Miracle. They are a miracle 4-1 team. They should be 0-5 right now. They actually should be 0-5. Every single game they have won through miracles and black magic. That is the only reason they have won these games. It is miracles and black magic and CMC. And because Mac Jones is not that good. All right? I'm tired of people talking about Mac Jones like he's him. He's not. The closest thing that we have to a next Tom Brady is Brock Purdy. And that's a fact. Brock Purdy is the closest thing we have in the NFL to the next Tom Brady. And Brock Purdy, he doesn't have an O-line, and he doesn't have any weapons that he can use. So he can't beat Tom Brady, because Tom Brady had an O-line, and he had weapons, and he had a good defense. He had all that stuff for a very long time, and he had a competent head coach that could win playoff games. Tom Brady had all of that. That's why he's the greatest, or apparently the greatest of all time. I'd argue it's Patty Mahomes. But there's a reason why he's one of the greatest of all time. Because he had all that shit. And also, he was just a good quarterback that could read the field good. All right? He didn't have the physical tools. God knows he didn't have the physical tools. But, like, I hate people talking about quarterbacks. I think people analyze quarterbacks super stupidly. As somebody who knows shit and jack shit about football. Everybody wants physical tools these days. I think that's brain dead. Why are we talking about how far... Like, arm strength is the biggest, like, bait quarterback stat of all goddamn time, I think. I'm not kidding. There's never been a bigger bait stat than arm strength. If anybody tells you about a QB's arm strength, I feel like you should just discount them from the conversation. Because who the fuck cares? Bro. Are we serious? Bro, how many times in a goddamn season are you going to find yourself in situations where you need to huck the thing 50 yards down the field? How many times are you going to find yourself in a situation where you need to do that? Bro, the best quarterback ever didn't need to do that shit. Why do we need to yuck the thing that far down the field at one time? Like, if you can throw it 30 yards and you're accurate, then, like, that's all I need. Accuracy should be way more important than arm strength. It's just like these physical tools that people can, like, measure quantitatively that gets everybody bricked. When it's, like, probably, like, football IQ and accuracy and stuff like that. That's probably way more important than actual just, like, how good is your arm. The stuff that's, like, what are they called? What's the word I'm looking for? The intangibles are probably way more important in a game, in a position like QB. I think intangibles are probably way more important. Like, when you're talking about a running back or, like, an O-lineman, like, yeah, definitely. Like, talking about how big they are, how fast they are, how strong they are. Like, all that stuff is, like, probably pretty good. Probably a pretty good thing to know. But if you're playing goddamn QB, your job is to think. Your brain is arguably the most important part of your arsenal. Not saying that it's not for other players, but more so for the QB. They rely more on their brain power than they do other positions. I'm not hitting shit on 6. So yeah, that's all I'm saying. I think people have QBs all fucked up. I think Brock Purdy is a very solid quarterback. He's no MVP, but he is definitely a very good quarterback. And he just has nothing to work with. He can't do anything. Mac Jones is not as good as Brock Purdy. And even Mac Jones can't do shit. Miracle Mac Jones has brought us 2 wins. But yeah, how far all of our weapons are injured. Our O-line sucks dick and balls. Probably half of them are injured as well. I haven't checked. And like I said before, and like I've been saying, the O-line, the most important position on the football field. The only thing that matters is the O-line. I'm hitting, like, a really bad timing, I think, somehow. I think I just need to go a little bit later, even. Or maybe it's just that my shit isn't lining up. That should be it. Unless am I missing on, like, the downswing, maybe? Maybe that it's not that I'm missing the easier frame perfect. Or, sorry, not the frame perfect. The easier input. The jump on the bottom. One could argue. But at least when I do hit it, it's a lot more consistent. I feel like I'm getting the same kind of output every single time. Because sometimes, like when you go down the ramp, you'll get like weird little bugs depending on what frame you tap shit on. Because it's not frame perfect, so you can't be like, you know, frame perfect. I say words in my sleep to myself. You know what is happening right now? There's a PUBG tournament going on. I kind of want to see it. It's not a good PUBG tournament because they're playing in third person, and third person PUBG sucks dick and balls. But I'm interested to see how my team is doing. They are in 8th place. And holy shit, the top team has 77 points. Oh my god. They are they're in the middle of their 5th match. They are not even 5 games in. They already have 77 points. That is absurd. Oh my god, they might get 100 points day 1. People are arguing in chat about third person versus first person. Third person is less competitive, and it makes the game much more cheese and corny. PUBG as a game, I think, as a viewer, as a long-time viewer of PUBG, I've always watched in first person. And I think seeing third person, you can just understand how bad it is for a player perspective, how bad it is from a viewer perspective, because it means rotations they're almost like free and they're easy and everything is simple. But it also it is not only free and easy, but it's free and easy it makes the game so much more luck based because good teams are given such a huge advantage. Like being an attacker is so much harder than being a defender in third person. When you're a defender, all you have to do is sit behind a wall and you get all the information in the world. You know where every team is, you know where everybody is on the map, you can make perfect rotations every time because you know where everybody is. You know exactly what's going on. When you're coming into the zone, you have basically the same amount of information. You don't have anything basically. And so what it's created is this dynamic where, like, whoever basically just gets in the center of the zone just kind of fucking wins for free, basically. It means playing as an edge team where you're supposed to play kind of smart, a little bit free, a freestyle edge team that's going to be walking around, getting into fights a lot. It's so much harder to play that style because you're just not allowed to let your game sense and your smarts like play a role because because information is gathered so freely. It being sneaky is impossible. Or, you know, just like having hunches or anything like that. It's not even that having hunches is a good thing. It's just that like it becomes impossible to play the video game when stuff is like this. It's very frustrating, I think, to see this kind of stuff happening. Where oh, Team Liquid's in a fight. That's my team, by the way. And they're doing okay. Never mind. They just got double downed. They got 2 downed members. 2 downed members. They have gotten 2 downs as well, so it's a 2v2. No, they're not. Their team might be getting up. Okay, they have 3 members up? Holy shit, I'm stressing now. Come on. Come on, team. Please, for me. Don't die, bro. Team Liquid has been not doing good, dude. I was watching earlier today, and bro, they did so shit in the first 2 games, bro. What the fuck did I just do? Get me out of here. They were playing so shit, bro. It was I was crying, bro. My team was just like, hey, we're going in, 0 kills, 0 placement points, dying, you're done. Game over. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Oh no, they're going down, and they lost a player. Awesome, good job, Team Liquid. You've already lost a player, and there's no chance for a res because it's too late. Congratulations, Team Liquid. I don't even know what you're doing in the zone, but you fucked it up somehow. Oh wait, map stream, let's see. Oh, that's why, because they're in the middle of fucking nowhere! Oh my god! You're doomed! You can't be an edge team in third person, Team Liquid! How many times must I tell you this? You are not playing first person, you are not playing good PUBG anymore. This is cheese bullshit PUBG now, okay? You have to play like a cheese bullshit team. You cannot do head-ass shit like this. You will die every time. You're trying to play smart, and that's not going to work, buddy. This is third-person PUBG. Brains are not allowed here, okay? All hands. And even hands aren't that important. It's just about whoever, you know, can peek out from behind the fucking boulder fast enough. No hands, no intelligent gameplay. All right, all you got to do is, you know, find a good wall, find a good hillside, and you've won the video game. Who needs hands? You got 2 knocks and you didn't get a single kill, Team Liquid. And now look at you. You've got no points, no bitches, and no hoes. And I'm a fan. I'm a fan. And look at you. Now you're in the blue zone now. You look like a whole ass bum, and now you're walking up. Did you want to get in a fucking fight, Team Liquid? Are you trying to just get involved with everybody? Trying to, you know, take all their food? Sneak their snacks? Gobble their fucking Cheetos? You trying to gobble their Cheetos, Team Liquid? I respect the pure audacity of the move. As a lover of the game, I love the audacity. This is not gonna work. Oh, never mind. Maybe it is working. They got a knock. They're still in the blue zone. And they're fighting in the blue zone. This is a terrible idea. Now you've alerted all the other teams that you are indeed here, and now they will all see you, and then you will all get knocked out one by one. You've gotten you've gotten a kill point, Team Liquid. This is good. This is a good start. This is good. However, you have a bunch of rats in the grass waiting for you to peek your bitch ass heads out of it. The moment they see you, you will die. Oh, look at him. He's just watching. What is this rat boy fucking central place? And he can just do that for free because he's in third person. Look at that. He just pops up and kills one for free because he's third person. He gets all the info in the world. Now 2 of you are knocked. It's over. Your game is over, Team Liquid. What were you doing? You were throwing and for what? Well, I guess you're not out yet. You still have a solo, so I shouldn't say your game is over. And you have 1 kill, which means it wasn't a complete waste. But, you know, 1 kill. Oh, you got another knock. Congratulations, Pretty Curdy. You're going to die soon. They will find you. They will hunt you down. They will ruthlessly take your health bar away from you. I know it. Mr. Curdy Purdy. You're just going to spend the rest of your life in the zone? Healing? Something like that. Either way, look. None of my teams are doing good. Except for my one Brazilian team. I've found myself in these esports tournaments. There's always like one Brazilian team that I'm like a fan of for whatever reason. Not just because they're Brazilian, but you know, I don't know. It seems that Brazilians play fucking sports in a fun way. Brazilians are very good at making the thing entertaining, and so I get to watch Brazilian teams just like do some like crazy head ass shit, and then it just works, and then it starts working. You're like. Best part about watching Brazilians play sports, they just do crazy shit for no reason. Are you in the zone? Oh my god, you are not. Are you dead? I can't even see you on the map. What the fuck? Team Liquid, where are you? Have you died already? Or are you just in the zone like healing like crazy? I can see that. No, you're alive somehow. I assume you're in the zone. You must be dying soon. That zone ticks hard. This is the strangest watch party that has ever existed, I'm sure. Well, at least my other team is getting kills. Congratulations to them. They have a whole ass compound. Who knows? Oh, come on. Ah, imagine I got a bigger bump. How is Bestia still getting... Holy shit. Bro, this team is crazy. They're at 81 points. It's not even the... They might win this shit. Bro, they're arguably in a position where they could win the fucking game. How have they done this? This is the craziest, like, luck plus skill game ever. Not only are they the best team in the lobby, they're also the luckiest team in the lobby. That never happens. That's why there's multiple days of this PUBG shit, thank God. If there was only one day, oh my god, it'd be cooked. Just give it up. Come on, make it. Thank you. Team Liquid is alive. The solo lives. Although placement points are like nothing based. There's like no placement points whatsoever. Furia is kind of getting bitched out today. I don't know what's happening with Furia. They're like literally the last team. I don't know what's happening. Usually Furia is really good. They were playing super good in the America qualifiers. They were like balling out. And America's not like a... They're certainly not the strongest region in the world, but they're not weak. There are no slouches at this shit. Okay, we got Ratboy. We have Ratboy, Team Liquid. It is a singular Ratboy, and so that means that you can just hide take some shots at a team, fuck up their game, and then die like a die in peace. Basically, that's your job as a rat boy. Live as long as you can, and then when you know you're cooked, take at least 1 or 2 out with you. Make sure that you ruin some team's day, and you can do this, Mr. Liquid. Is VP above you? They are. Fuck, I hate VP. They fucked up a Team Liquid game like very early. Like the very first game I watched, it was VP. It was one rat boy from VP who snuck in behind Team Liquid, took down 2 of them, and then they were cooked the rest of the game. I was so mad, bro. I was fuming. I'm like, oh my god, they're just getting more kills. Dude. BB team is unironically playing genuinely out of their fucking minds right now. Even in a third, like, it is unbelievable. Even in like a third person, when I say skill is meaningless, right? Because skill is meaningless, truly. Somehow they are balling out, bro. I don't understand how this works. They're just killing everybody. This might be the... Oh, come on. That should have made. Okay. A VP is balling. I hate that. They're getting a bunch of kills. That sucks. Makes me angry. Oh my god, he's still in the blue. Fucking rat boy Alo is still chilling in the blue zone. He's gonna be dead soon. I guess there's like no place to really hide, so rat boy blue zone is all you really have. Oh, you're top 5. Good job, Team Liquid. You got placement points. Now, it's only 2 points, and it means like basically nothing. 2 placement points is like potato chips. But hey, you got there, right? Maybe if you get lucky or you get a good game or you actually start deciding to play the game good, you can, get some more real points. But hey, holy shit, they're actually going to win. I think they've already won like 3 games today. I'm not kidding about that. They might have just won 3 games. They might actually just try to win a 4th. How is this possible? Oh my god. Team Liquid, he's in the zone. He's hiding behind a car. That's insane. And nobody sees him because they all think the car is abandoned. Oh my god. This is unfathomable behavior from fucking Team Liquid. Yet, they live on. They might actually make top 4. If they make top 4, that's actually some half-decent placement points instead of like some like, kind of potato chip placement points. Real placement points start happening at top 4. Oh my, okay, no, he's been seen. He's known. He is seen. He's throwing grenades. You have to throw some smokes, boy. Get smoking. Get smoking, kid. Oh my god, your car's about to blow up. Purdy Curdy, it's over. Oh, and my god, he just got absolutely fucking domed. Oh, brutal. Alright, well, I have to keep watching, unfortunately, because my other team is also in the final zone. My Brazilian psychopaths. My beautiful Brazilian psychopaths. This frame perfect is a lot harder than they give it credit for. I think that's correct. That might be off. It's on. Yeah, so it's like once you hit that little crack in the side of the road, you have to step on the crack and break your mother's back, but then you also get the frame perfect. A strange combination of things, and yet here we are. That's not the crack. See, I tried to do the frame perfect on the wrong crack. Bam, that's the crack. And that's the frame perfect. Oh, come on. Make it. Oh, it's bad, though. I should stop holding jump towards the end, maybe. It might stop me from bumping up so high when I get the weird bounces like that. I have to hold that jump longer than I think I do because it gives me better boost like that. Because normally I'm used to like kind of letting it go pretty soon. I think it's giving me inconsistent bounces. If I just hold that jump a little bit longer, I think I get it. I don't think that's frame perfect. Yeah, that's off by like a frame, I think. Nope. Is that? No way. Yeah, okay, it was off. I knew it was off. I'm getting better at telling. Blue ball? Kinky. Oh, Charles, actually. Charles, now that you're here, we can actually speak about something, Mr. Charles. I know that you're a big fan. Is that fuck-ass red ball that I hate? I actually wanted to talk about something that you like, specifically Charles. I was watching some Onepixel today. Surprisingly, I don't think I've ever watched Onepixel, but I decided to tune into the stream because I saw he was watching the fucking Valorant tournament, and I'm like, Onepixel watching a fucking Valorant tournament in the Big 25? What is happening in this world? I was so confused. I'm like, what is he doing here? Honestly, I understand why people are fan. I get it. I think he's a very entertaining co-streamer. I like when like a streamer has their own little like isms and like verbal tics and stuff, and One has those in fucking numbers, bro. He has verbal tics a vast, and I love it. It's super great. He's just fun, man. He'll just ask a question to chat. His chat will be split 50-50, and he'll just read out the first message he sees. It doesn't matter if it's correct or not. He'll just ask some fucking head-ass question about like some agent or something. Some chatter will just give him just totally lie to him, and then he'll just treat it as fact. I'm like, that's based. This guy's sick. So yeah. Not very fun Valorant games, I'd argue, but a very fun co-streamer. I might continue to watch him. I will say I am a main broadcast Andy. That is what I will say. But if I do decide to, indulge in a co-streamer, I think One is going to be, the go-to. Where's my side content? I am the side content. Weenie Butt 14, Julian 11. I am the side content. Don't you want to gaze upon my face? You can gaze upon me. Subway Surfers now. You're getting... Can we at least, like, compromise on Minecraft parkour? Gaze on your face? Maybe. You don't know that. I mean, hey, the words speak for themselves. I said what I said. Julian? Sus? That's kind of gay? It's not kind of gay. That's wrong. It's very gay. Why the fuck are you saying kinda? Why are you trying to, like... Why are you trying to undermine its gayness, Julian? Say it with your goddamn chest. Are you trying to hide from the truth? That what I just said was super fucking gay? Not a bad thing. I am missing this frame perfect so much. I actually hit it that time. But I've been missing it a lot. It's kind of frustrating because it should be easier. He's projecting. I actually wish I was projecting. It'd be a lot easier to live if I was projecting. But no, I am not projecting, unfortunately. Tragically, I'd argue I'm not projecting, no. I'm not a known gay. And so I'm sure, you like boys, don't you? You like little gay boys. Why do they have to be little? What has happened? This fucking, I don't know, like this fucking, I don't know if it's like this. Is it like the goddamn, I don't know if it's like the, like the, every time I think of like little things and like sexualized little things, I always think of Japan, because Japan is always weird and fucking freaky when it comes to like little people. It's always goddamn Japan every time. You're not wrong. I know. I don't know if it's like Japan's like outsized influence on the rest of the world. It's possible, but it's just very annoying to me. Why does it have to be? Does it have to be little? I bet you use your foreskin to floss that gap in your teeth. What the fuck? What an insane insult. That's it doesn't even make sense. Oh my god, they actually won. That's diabolical, bro. BB team is going crazy on this hill. Impressed? No, I'm not. It doesn't work as an insult. I think I'm more impressed by the creativity. Like, it just feels like you've taken like two things that you like were thinking about. You were thinking about like my fuck ass front teeth, and then you were thinking about foreskin. I don't know why foreskin's on your mind, but it was. And so you were just like, you know, you're just like, hey, I'll just fucking smash it together. I low-key sold my foreskin? I can't imagine you'd get that much money. Look, you know, morality aside, I think foreskin is based. Holy shit, they've won 4 matches in a row, by the way. That's insane. So I bought my CS knife. I get you, man. I'm with it. That's good. Hey. Well, it's I've got bigger foreskin than you. That's a good insult. Not that I have a bigger dick than you. No, that's too simple. The size of my foreskin is larger. CS Surf? Oh man. Only if it's CS2 Surf. Only CS2 Surf. That's right, bitches. I'm only doing CS2 Surf. That's right. You all can suck it. They fixed surfing? I don't believe it. From the amount that the goddamn CS2 community complains about literally everything, they can't have. They cannot be happy. There's no joy in the goddamn CS community. What the hell was that launch? It's bad. Okay, hold on. We want CS2 surfing. You know what? Let's look it up. Hold on. Look how good of a streamer I am. I'm giving you what you want. Okay, let's see. CS2. No, god damn it, sound effects. Stop. CS2 Surf Hour. The game is held together by 3 unpaid interns and 500 rolls of duct tape. I mean, that's true, but fuck. I'm allowed to like talk about the game, and it's great because I don't play it. It's the best part about it is that I just don't fucking play the game, so I can say whatever I want. I can say I can lie on the internet about everything. It doesn't matter. It's so good. That's the best part about this. They don't have a brain branch. They push whatever. The funny thing about this video that I'm about to pull up is that I've already pulled it up on stream before. I already had like 45 minutes of watch time, so I must have pulled it up on stream. Think you can do many things though? Hey man, I'm just here. Hold on. God damn it. YouTube is gonna actually just annoy the fuck out of me. I'm gonna have to resize my window so hard. God damn it. You guys are actually destroying me right now. You ever tried to milk a bull? I feel like bulls are actually pretty chill for the most part, as long as you don't like mega fuck with them, no? Maybe I'm like super uninformed on this topic, but I thought like the reason why the bulls were always so mad is because they were rage baiting them for like hours, and then they started like ramming into people because they were getting rage baited so hard. Bull, like if you're just chill with the bull's gonna be chill with you, no? I don't know if they're inherently mad at life. That'll be good enough. There. Now you get your weirdly cropped... You deserve weirdly cropped surf content. That's right. All you will get is weirdly cropped surf content. It's not exactly a square. That's right. You don't just chill with the bull. Well, no, I'm not saying you have to chill with the bull. I'm just saying, like, don't fucking rage bait the bull. Like, all you have to do is not rage bait the bull. I should probably put it somewhere. It's a little bit kind of... Hold on, I'll put it, like, right here. Right next to my face. There, see? Look at this. Now, it's very accessible. Hold on, I'll even put it, like... There you go. See, look at that. It's right next to my face. Very obtainable. Easy to watch. Look at that. Isn't that great for you guys? On the ball, you can fucking cry me a goddamn river. This is what you're getting. No, I haven't milked the bull. Have you milked a bull, Julian? Do you want to tell me about how I should be milking bulls? I mean, you seem to be the damn expert. Try fitting it. What the fuck? Fuck you and your red balls. Bro, my balls are angry and red, bro. You don't want to mess with them. Lymph, you're not even like a viewer of this stream, bro. Why are you complaining, all right? You're only here because, like, Charles, like, fucking has a gun to your fucking forehead, okay? Don't pretend. I'm here to hate. He might be based. $4K per weekend, I texted him. I blocked him. What is happening in this chat, honestly? I had somebody in my stream earlier today, like, talking about, like, yo, Sheep, I saw you on the 1,000 player Civ event video. I hope you really make it big, man. I'm really rooting for you. I'm like, oh, thanks, man. And then I think it's like, why haven't I made it big? And then I look at my chat now. It's like, I think it actually makes a lot of sense. Would you prefer red or blue balls? Believe it or not, Lymphed. Here's a little secret I'll tell you. There is actually blue balls. They made a spin-off game called Red and Blue Ball. I know, that's right. It's not just the red ball. They made red and blue balls. It's a game. And they've made 3 of them. There's red and blue balls 1, 2, and 3. I know. Isn't that cool? Play that instead? No, it's a much worse speedrun. It's also a puzzle game, which is not really cohesive to speedrunning. What did your mom drink during pregnancy? I could ask you the same thing. We can compare and contrast brands. All right. No, my mom actually took Tylenol during pregnancy. That's why I came out the way I did. There was a lot of Tylenol involved. A lot of Tylenol involved. Let me tell you. Yeah. Marlboro? That's crazy. Whiskey? Whiskey's based. My mom is a big beer person. I don't want to say a big beer person, but she is, she kind of has a little bit of like college party girl in her. So, she likes like the cheap, shitty American beers, she is a huge fan of Bud Light, like the cheap shit American beers. And then she's also a big fan of like the actual beers, like a Pilsner or a fucking, or like a more bitter kind of beer. Nothing like too dark or heavy, but like a more like a nice like amber, like more hoppy beer. Right up my mom's alley. Me, I am not that. You would hate my beer preference was actually piss everybody who actually drinks beer off. I like sweet beers. I like sweet beers that are fruity as shit. I like sweet fruity beers. All right. You give me a sour beer, bro. That's my favorite shit, bro. I love that. A sweet beer is where it's at, bro. Let me tell you, liberal sissy. I know. Like I said, they fucking implanted the woke mind virus in me, bro. It's because of the vaccines, bro. They put the microchips in me. I've never had a White Claw in my life. The closest thing I've had to a White Claw was an alcoholic Monster Energy, which tasted like shit. It tasted so bad. I don't know if all Monster tastes like that, but if it does, oh my god, I do not want to touch a Monster Energy because it tasted awful, bro. Goddamn liberals. My bad, bro. What can I say? They got me, okay? I used to be a based individual. But, you know, look at me now, you know? Look at me now. What did they do? There used to be a man sitting in front of you, you know? Or a bidet. You know, here's what I will say about that. I want to get to level 2. If I give my mom Tylenol now, can I still become more autistic? I didn't know we're trying... I don't know if I feel comfortable power scaling autism, you know? Not because it's inherently bad. It's because I feel like I am not the person to ask on that particular topic. I feel like I don't have the credentials to, you know, appropriately power scale autism. I'm a toilet paper, mostly because I'm poor and I don't have a bidet. If I had a bidet, oh brother, let me tell you. Why is there a Sir video? Because I have a bunch of sissy liberals in my chat that can't handle some real raw red ball gameplay. I have a bunch of fucking sissy liberals in my goddamn chat, bro. Bro, all these fuckers probably thought that goddamn... They're all talking about how, you know, like, I gotta put on a mask and, like, you know, the plandemic was real. It's crazy here. It's crazy. No, dude, we were just having a big, long discussion about the goddamn plandemic, and they were telling me, oh, no, COVID was a very dangerous disease. I'm like, bullshit. It wasn't a dangerous disease. You all made it dangerous. Because y'all decided to take that vaccine instead of the horse tranquilizer. You put some fucking horse tranquilizer in your body, it wasn't a problem. But no. Now, I'm of the opinion that even the horse tranquilizer wasn't necessary. Because it wasn't real, all right? The whole COVID, the COVID hoax is what I call it. It wasn't even real. The fake disease that was made up to you know, to control us. But all these sissy liberals, they were telling me like, oh, you gotta take your vaccine. Crazy. They're not gonna put no fucking viruses in me. They're not gonna infect me with their microchips. But you know, I will say, now that Elon Musk is kind of come to our side, I start to say, you know, hey, maybe those microchips, they aren't such a bad idea, you know? Like maybe I should have taken at least like one vaccine so I can get a little bit of the microchip so that I can get some of that Elon Musk energy inside of me, you know? That's what I'm saying. I think that it's like, you know, I'm starting to question my, you know, my choice of them. Maybe I'll go back and say, hey, you still have those COVID vaccines that y'all been talking about? The ones with microchips in them? I don't know. I'm just saying. Now that he's, you know, now that I kind of realize where he stands on this whole thing, you know, I'm starting to think, you know, hey, maybe it makes sense. Yeah, I'm saying. You know, because like, you know, Elon Musk makes the microchips, and if he's in my body, it's going to make me strong and powerful, man. I'm just saying. On stands on a stepping stool, my guy. No, Elon, he's with us, okay? The fact you're making fun of a man's height when he's a fucking red-blooded patriot, I'm seeing a bunch of messages in my chat, and none of them are from real American patriots. That's all I'm saying. I'm just sniffing out these messages, and none of them are from real American patriots. Did you shoot Charlie Kirk? Charlie Kirk was an American hero. Sorry. Okay, I have to lock in. The character's breaking. Charlie Kirk is an American hero. Charlie Kirk is an American hero, and I'll stand by that. No, I know. Persona off. No more mask. Persona off. No more mask. Charlie Kirk's an American. That's what made you break. It is, bro. I'm sorry. Charlie Kirk has been counting or not counting gang violence. No, I'm saying, okay, I think the biggest thing with how you count gun deaths, okay? Here's the reason why everybody's been saying, you know, guns, they kill all these people, they're so dangerous. The reason they've been saying that, okay, I'll tell you why, is because they count the data wrong. They count deaths wrong. First, you got to rule out suicides. Killing yourself with a gun, it's not a killing, okay? You didn't kill anybody. It's not a death, okay? That's number one. Second, you can't count gang violence because, you know, gang violence is gonna happen, right? Like all the goddamn foreigners in the gangs are coming in and they're shooting up everybody. That doesn't count as gun violence. Third thing is that you can't count real Americans protecting themselves from fake sissy liberals. That happens all the time. It's where, you know, you'll see like a liberal, you know, trying to like, you know, weakly charge you, you know, because, you know, you're just trying to, you know, support your country and these liberals can't do that. And so if you gun them down, it doesn't count as a gun death. Okay. Then that's when you can start counting, you know, like actual gun deaths. And then it's a case by case thing, you know, like what happens if like a real patriot has you know, an honorable disagreement with another real patriot and they get into a gun battle and they shoot each other. Well, I'd say, me personally, I'd say that's just an honorable duel. That's not actual, you know, that shouldn't be counted as a gun death because that's just an honorable duel between two men. So in my mind, I'd say that the gun deaths are vastly over exaggerated. There's practically zero real gun deaths in America. Okay, holy shit. Okay, I might be going a little bit crazy. Okay. I might be spreading misinformation a little bit too hard. I snapped out of it. Sorry. I should maybe not spread misinformation that hard. That was a joke, by the way. That entire thing was a bit. That was not real. I don't believe any of that. But it was a bit. I swear. I don't believe it. I love watching your stream. It's like going to a zoo and listening to a homeless man ramble. Why are they putting a homeless man in a zoo? You know, speaking of homeless men, if you want to actually see homeless men, just go to a public library. If I'm being honest, you should just go to a public library if you want to see a homeless man ramble, because that's what I did. I went to our city's public library because I needed to print out some papers, and oh boy, let me tell you, there were more homeless people sleeping on the sides of the walls than actual people using the library for its intended purpose. Okay, that's all I'm saying. All right, the guy who was helping me out with the printer he seemed ecstatic to actually help a customer. He got to actually help somebody instead of just like telling no sir, you cannot smoke crack in the fucking nonfiction section, right? So he was so jazzed to help me out. I was like, I felt like I was doing like a good thing. I'm letting this man do the job he signed up for. I will say that, you know, the more I understand homeless people, but I also, you know, I am starting to be on like my I hate homeless people more and more arc. I have beef with homeless people. I'm starting to be on that arc a little bit more. I can't even lie. It's not a good thing, I know, but still, like, oh my god, they're so fucking annoying. It's just like they ruin perfectly good shit. They ruin perfectly good shit. Bro, I rode to work on my bike and I've been attacked by homeless people as I rode to work on the back of my bike. This has happened. This is a real thing. I've been chased down by homeless people as I tried to ride past them, bro. They were just setting off fires. Bro, there was just like a fire on the sidewalk as I'm biking to work at like 3 o'clock in the morning. It was just fucking fires. Just ruining shit. Like, holy shit, get a job. Jesus, bro. Alright, hold on. I gotta quickly reset my music because it's shut down. Bring the guillotine. I don't think we should guillotine the homeless people. I think that we need to have more designated homeless encampments. We need to have designated homeless encampments. We need to have designated people who are designed to help homeless people. We need more of those. And we also need to just like kick homeless people out of like to be more strict. I think we need to have spaces where homeless people can be, and if you're not in that place, then you don't get to be there. All right, you get fucking kicked out. We cannot we need to this is the same stance I take on okay, this is actual policy, by the way. This is not like me being the crazy, psycho Republican character that I play, okay? It's like real policy. It's the same stance I think I take with immigration. It's like we need to have some system where we can say, "Hey, you're in, you're here, you're good." We we need to have a competent system that is giving them places where they can seek help, and if they don't seek that help, then we say fuck them. Okay, that's what I think needs to happen, because there is half of the homeless are people that we can feasibly help, that we can work with, that we can we can turn into productive, good citizens inside of our society. And then there's another quadrant of homeless people that are just fucking it's not worth the effort. Okay, that's what I think. It's not there are some people that are just you're so hopelessly addicted to fucking crack or something. We don't have the resources, the time, or the energy to help you. I'm sorry, my guy. You fucked up your life too bad. I don't know what to tell you. At some point, I don't know what to tell you. All right. So we need to give people the opportunity to, find help, to get help to people who need the help. But if they're going to continuously reject that help, they have second chance after second chance, and if they continuously reject that assistance, that help to kind of get their lives back on track, then fuck them. That's what I think should happen. But I think the problem with that, with that overarching idea, the problem is when have we determined that our system is helpful enough that we can say fuck it to the rest of them? How helpful? How many resources do we need to put into the system before we say this is good enough, and we're allowed to kind of say screw everybody else that's not helping us, right? That's the question. And the U.S. has confused me for a while because Canada has immigration. No. The problem with the problem with immigration in the United States, it is illegal because A, our system sucks. B, it doesn't have enough resources. And C, we have way too many visas. We give out so many fucking work visas. It's actually insane. That's the real problem with immigration in America. It's not people are crossing the border. The border crossing is it's a lie. It is actually whoever told the lie about it's the work, it's the visas, it's the work. My team fucking sucks, by the way. Holy shit. I can't watch this shit. My team sucks so much dick. Genuinely, they suck so much dick. I can't watch this shit. Okay, sorry, back on topic. The problem with immigration in the U.S. is because they're giving out visas like hotcakes, and the problem is that people have visas, they come into the U.S. and then they just don't leave. When the visas say, "Hey, it's time to leave," they just don't. That's why illegal immigration is such a problem inside of the United States. And another problem inside is because another issue is that everybody wants to go to the U.S. There's a lot of people who just want to go to the U.S. because A, we have a lot of very pretty lax immigration policies, and also, as much as people like to fucking mock and bully America, we are the kind of, unfortunately, the land of opportunity. I don't want to say unfortunately. We are the land of opportunity in a lot of ways. We still hold that status in the rest of the world. We are a very free country, and we're also very wealthy. If you're trying to build yourself a new life, this is kind of the place to do it. People want to go to America because there are a lot of opportunities in America to kind of if you are smart, if you're inventive, if you work hard, you can get places. Sort of similar, but not the same. Yeah, it's weird. There's also the immigration system is also more complicated. It's also just a huge problem with it is that also I am obviously not the expert on this issue. I'm kind of telling you kind of the base research that I've done, reading a couple of articles, reading the Wikipedia. This is kind of the extent of my knowledge on the immigration issue. There's not of course deep knowledge. There are very specific laws, statutes, regulations. Law is very complicated. Okay, when you actually get into the nitty gritty of stuff, it becomes a very annoyingly complicated and specific matter. Right. Is Irish immigration the same as Mexican immigration? Look, all immigration is the same, right? People sneaking across the border just doesn't really happen that much. As much as people like to make it out, everybody loves to do illegal Mexicans sneaking across the border. It just doesn't happen like that. Do you know how hard it is to sneak across the border, bro? Are you kidding me? Do you understand how hard it is to sneak across the border? There's something in the middle of the U.S. and Mexico, and it's called a big fuck off desert, dude. It's called a giant fuck off desert. Oh my god, bro. And especially like all the corruption in Mexico. Like finding somebody who will actually take you across the border and not scam you for all your money and also all the lives of your family is like, it's cooked, bro. Once the US passed like 2% Indian population, you unlock a new type of racism. It's so bad here. Do people hate Indians? Maybe it's just the problem is that I come from like vile shit about Indians. That's true. I think I think the problem with me is that like I come from like a very like I lived in California. I grew up in California. California is like arguably one of the most diverse like specifically in the Bay Area. It's arguably like the most diverse place in the world. It is like one of the most diverse places in the world. And so I grew up with like a lot of different colors of people. I have a lot of Indian friends. Like in my fantasy football league, I could like I have a lot of Indians in my fantasy football league, okay? All right, so this is not like, you know, this is not me saying like I have plenty of Indian friends. Why are we lying? I'm not, brother. I'm not. Okay, so look, I'm just saying all the Indians that I've met are super chill. I have no beef with Indians. All the Indian people that I have met have been super chill people. They're kind of just, you know, they kind of just get the work done. That's what they do, bro. They are super chill. All the Indians that I have met are super chill. I don't know where the Indian racism comes from, honestly. Of all, like, the homeless people that I see walking around, all the undesirables, quote unquote, very few of them are Indian. Very, very few. I blame PewDiePie. Low-key, yeah. Sorry, not low-key. Very high-key. PewDiePie was very much, like... It felt like he was lax on the point, like looking back on it now, like the whole beef with T-Series, it seemed like a lot of it was lax to the point of just like casual racism, where it was like it almost felt intentional in a sort of way, you know, like when PewDiePie started like you look back on a lot of the stuff that PewDiePie was saying, it kind of felt like it was like, you know, you're kind of striking on some deep-seated issues here, PewDiePie. Like, I don't know if you need to like ask yourself some questions here, but like that seemed kind of fucking crazy, bro. That seemed, as a kid, I thought it was like all fun and games. I did not take anything like I was also like a stupid white kid. I had no concept of like any of these things, right? Because like, you know, casual racism just wasn't like a part of like my lexicon as like a, you know, privileged white boy over here. I just didn't even think about it as a kid. It wasn't even like a thing to me, right? Mexicans, it's so weird to me. Like all like the immigrant stuff, it is such like a weird thing because like, of all the people that I see that are like out here working hard, you know, doing good, providing for their families, doing all that good stuff, it's always immigrant families that feels like they're actually putting in real fucking hard work. You know, the kind of work that like the people who hate immigrants are like, you know, like or like support, right? They are the ones putting in that fucking hard work and effort, right? I see a bunch of bum-ass Americans lazing around doing jack shit, but all the immigrants are fucking putting in the fucking effort here, bro. Are you kidding me? What are we talking about? Indian immigration, because I hear parts are becoming uninhabitable. Yeah. India is a really funny situation. I kind of want to do more research about, like, the problems with India, because definitely, like, the history of, like, colonialism, like, doesn't help, but also it's, like, I wonder how much of it is coming from, like, general just like government corruption. I wonder how much of it is coming from like religious kind of zealotism, like very harsh religious. I wonder how much of that is coming from like long-standing cultural norms that have kind of soaked their way into the like the zeitgeist that are being very harmful to like being able to grow and help people out economically. I wonder how much of that is like, it's like, so it feels like India is like one of those very interesting situations because like every like you hear about like you talk about like economically, like these large scale like factors, right? It feels like India is poised to be the next superpower, right? Everything kind of pointing towards India being like the next country that's up. But then when you actually like look a little bit closer, when you like when you zoom the scale in a little bit more, like the problems just get more and more intense. And that's what I feel always happens. It feels like this is why I've started to like, or stopped giving a shit about kind of what the stock market says. The stock market is like, it's kind of bullshit. Like I was checking my fucking stock portfolio yesterday. I was just checking out my money because I had to like move some money around to like a new 401k or like whatever. Right. Like like my money was up like 6K. Like easily my money was up 6K. And it feels like we've never been in a weaker economy. It feels like the economy has never been worse than it is right now. And yet my fucking retirement portfolio is up so much. And it's just like, it feels like it's just such a separation, right? There's no real, like, you know, it doesn't make sense that my money is doing so well and yet I am doing, you know, so poorly, right? It doesn't align. So it just feels like the stock market and like general economists are not good, like, indicators of how the actual economy is doing. I need water. Yeah. It definitely feels like for India, there's a lot more like unequal wealth distribution. A lot of very, very rich Indian people and a lot of very, very broke Indian people. And the moment that you start having that, that's when your country falls apart. Either you revolt and you eat the rich metaphorically, or you leave the country. Not that America is better. The only thing that's kind of better with America is that it feels like there are more opportunities to become one of the rich people and not be one of the poor people, right? In America, at least, it feels like there's opportunity, a lot of opportunity because of the way that our economic system works. We have a lot more like opportunity for the individual to become, you know, the rich as opposed to the broke. Like, I don't know if it is. Does it have to be inevitable? Just such a big, I guess it is like population density for sure, but like, does that have to be? I don't know, man. I feel like with India, there's like so much like historical context that I'm missing out on that like would probably explain a lot, which kind of it always does with these things. Like historical context is like like when trying to analyze like a country's current situation or why things are the way they are, it's usually the best to just look into the past to figure it out. I don't want to fuck up level 12 because I feel like I fucked it up. Let me just nail it first try and then I'll go do level 11. Nice. India. Interesting spot. I feel like I've been doing pretty solid on level 11. Not like, you know, consistent or anything, but I don't feel like bad about my performance on level 11, you know? What about China? Well, I hate China for a lot of reasons. It feels like China's kind of going through a lot of what the US is going through, though. It feels like China's a lot more comparable to the US, like, economically. It just feels like at some point, you know, like the floor is gonna break and then everybody's gonna fall through. Right? At some point. I've been seeing people glaze. I think it's because of I think people are actually just way more susceptible to propaganda. That's what I think. That's what I think, generally. I think that people just, like... People just love propaganda, bro. I think that Russian bots have influenced people to think that Trump is some fucking savior of America. And I think that there are bots for fucking, or whatever, like, there are probably Chinese bots that are, like, glazing China for whatever reason, bro. It's my fucking hot take. I'll take it. We got a Fed here? I'm not a Fed, bro. One thing I'm not. I am more nationalist than a lot of people are. Just feels like so many people are like... I have so many problems with our current political system. And it's mostly just people. It's not the system. I should not call it the system. It's the people. Gavin Newsom? Okay, here's my thoughts on Gavin Newsom. Because I've talked about Gavin Newsom before. Gavin Newsom, you know, as, you know, I am, you know, Mr. California boy. I know a little bit about, you know, the governor, as we call him. We don't call him that, but hey. I don't like him either. I don't think he was a very good governor. I don't think he was good, like, policy-wise, economic-wise. I don't like him. I don't like him. The only thing I like about Gavin Newsom is that it feels like he is taking the stance on Republicans that we should have taken 2 years ago. As a Democrat, coming from like a Democratic perspective, as a Democrat. I'll say it, as a fucking Democrat. I love Democrats. He is taking the stance towards Republicans that we should have, that Democrats should be taking. All right? He's saying, like, you know, if you want to run this country fairly, if you want to be honest, if you want to play by the rules, then I'll do that. But if you're not going to play by the rules, if you're going to be a bitch, if you're going to try to ruin our shit by trying to constantly break the rules, then we're just going to do the same thing. If you are going to try to constantly raise the temperature, if you're going to call for violence, if you're going to support, you know, tacitly support violence, if you're going to vote for insane people to go into office, then fuck it. We'll do the same thing too. It feels like if I voted for Gavin Newsom, it'd be like I'd be voting for the left-wing Trump. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. And I know, like, it's definitely not a one-to-one comparison, but it feels like it. I don't like Gavin Newsom. I don't think he's good at I don't think he's good at actual, like, policy. But I think he is good at politics. He is good at politics, but he's not good at policy. And I personally would like somebody who's good at I would like somebody who's good at both. But unfortunately, if I don't get that, then I will fucking take Gavin. Because I will not give Republicans a fucking inch. And that is how I feel. I know. I will not give Republicans an inch for what they have done to this country. They don't deserve it. I will not give them a shred of fucking... I'm sorry, you do not get to come to the bargaining table. You've given up that right. You don't get to come to the bargaining table. Unless you are going to start acting like you care about the bargaining. I don't care. You don't get to act you don't get to make us come to your bargaining table. We're not doing that. You come to our bargaining table. If you want to talk, you talk on our terms. Okay? If you want to be fair, if you want to play nice, then you have to play nice by our rules. All right? Because we're not. I'm done playing nice. I'm done playing nice. Okay? And if that means that our country will devolve into civil war, then that is what will happen. Because remember, all right? Is the biggest lie that anybody told you is that civil war is the worst option. That is not the worst option. Civil war is not the worst option. Stop fucking bringing it into your heads. Okay? The worst option is that the left wing of this country gets wiped out. That is the worst option. That is the worst option. Thank you. Slow down on posting. This is not BS. This is 100% fucking facts. You wanna talk about anything I just said, MJ? I will defend anything I just said. Let's talk. I will defend anything I just said. I think that I don't want to talk about like this kind of like extremist rhetoric. I don't like it. And I think I'm doing it a lot more like, again, I am giving everybody like I'm giving all this a clear way out. I do not want violence to happen in this country. I don't like political violence. I don't like having to talk like insane talk like this. I don't like it. And I've said this multiple times. But I cannot be the only person. I cannot be on the only side that is willing to do that. I'm not going to be the only one calling for peace. All right? If I'm the only person calling for peace and everybody wants to fight, then what the fuck am I doing? What's the point? Have you ever played in a fucking Minecraft Civ event? If there's only one nation that wants peace, it doesn't work. For peace to work, both nations want to have it. That's the only way peace will happen. If one nation wants war and the other nation wants peace, guess who wins? Guess what happens? Okay? It's... Alright, so yeah, there you go. That's my fucking sheep post. That's my Fed posting of the day. Stole that now. I did steal it directly from his fucking lips. I think I do it better than Destiny, because I don't have all like the insane, like the other insane rhetoric I didn't take from him. I pick and choose my fucking rhetoric from the people I hear it from. Because God forbid I start talking about how fucking Republicans deserve violence. or how they somehow are they fucking deserve to have violence done against them. Like, holy shit. Yeah, exactly. I think Destiny's very based on these issues. If he didn't act like an actual psycho, I would like him so much more. However, I also understand why he acts like a psycho. Okay, I've also talked about this. I also understand why he acts like a psychopath. Again, it's understandable. Like you spend your entire you spend like 8 years of your life talking to the most insane people politically every fucking day. I think there's just no way, your rhetoric stays sane there's no way that you have not become like the most biased, grizzled veteran. Exactly. He has been stuck in the fucking political jaunt. Dead ass. That's a great analogy. Honestly, 10 out of 10 analogy from fucking MJ. He went through the fucking political jaunt, bro. And now he's come out the other side goddamn insane. And now we just get to watch the ramblings of an insane man. Honestly, I still prefer Destiny over Hassan, though. Of all the bad rhetoric that fucking Destiny has, at least he, like, pretends to care about politics. Hassan has totally left that station, alright? He's gone. It feels like most of the major left-wing content creators have kind of left that station a while ago. They don't do politics anymore. Alright? They're not interested. They don't give a shit no more. They're just gonna virtue signal. Steals all the girls and Destiny's chopped. Destiny's not that chopped. Destiny had eras of being chopped. I think he's okay. No, I hate Hassan because he's a fucking... Because he's actively... Like, he's the most, like... He is, like... He is, like, the hottest, most attractive, wealthiest person who lives a life of luxury is talking about the revolution. It's just like how do we not, like, I'm sorry. Like, how are you allowed to be a socialist? I don't understand how you're allowed, like, how are people, like, looking at this guy as their fucking socialist savior, bro? It's like, if you're gonna, like, live wealthy and live a wealthy lifestyle and buy fucking designer shit, you're not allowed to be a socialist. It's just, it can't be. Like there's just no compatibility between those things. It feels like you are not practicing what you're preaching. Like, people, someone hold it. No, I don't. Are you? That feels like insane to me. It just feels like it's such a like morally to me. It's not even like it's not even like, like, I get the argument, like, it doesn't matter. He's making the best in, like, a bad system or whatever. I hear that whole argument. I'm totally with it. It just feels like morally. It's like, how can you like morally like care about all this shit about, like, how horrible the system is, how horrible, and you still indulge in all these, like, rich people activities, right? It feels like, how can you hate rich people so much and then act like such a rich person, right? That's what it feels like to me. Like, I'm not saying that I'm exempt from this thing, but I feel like at least, like, I try to limit, like, my behavior. If I'm gonna, like, if I'm gonna pretend to hate something, I'm gonna try my best to, like, separate myself from that group or class, or, like, not be like that, right? If I hate something, I don't want to be like it. So it feels super fucking performative. Also, his politics suck for sure, because all he does is like Israel-Palestine post, and he doesn't actually do politics. He doesn't care about, like, voters or anything. It doesn't matter to him. Like, if you're talking about politics, the only thing that should matter to you is voting. It should be, like, the most important thing. But hey, fuck it, right? Who cares about votes? Who cares about electing? Who cares about electable people? Let's just talk shit about the Democrats more. Let's do that, huh? Because that'll really work. Yeah, that'll really put our country in the right direction. Let's talk shit more about the Democrats, You ever wonder why all the fucking Israel-Palestine protesters always go to Democratic events? Ever wonder why? It's because they don't give a shit about politics. They don't care. They care about virtue signaling. They do not care about actually solving the issues in that country. They care about fucking Fed posting. They care about virtue signaling. They care about being correct. If you care about being correct, then you are not doing politics. At least when I talk about politics, I feel like I come at it from, like, a lens fundamentally of how can I get people to vote the way I want them to vote. At least fundamentally, it feels like a lot of my political ideas, at least it comes from that basis, that starting point, right? It feels like so many people don't just, it doesn't even come into their lexicon. It's not even a concern about them. Gold does. Bro, I've been base the entire time. You're going crazy? I'm not going crazy. I think... Are you talking about the music? You probably are. I'm listening to fucking Rally House remixes of shit, so... Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, this is all like remixes. It's all like house remixes and shit. It's like, I just like Rally House. It's a very easy to listen to the background, like the kind of kicky music. My dopamine, sorry, it's banned. I don't have to deal with the fucking annoying people who constantly complain all the time. So, I get to escape. Concerns himself with his cognitive state. I think that's good. You should. Don't be mentally insane, please. Prioritize yourself. Don't destroy your mental health for no fucking reason. And if your mental health is already like pre-destroyed, if your mental health came pre-destroyed with the box, then figure that shit out. Okay? If you got depression right out of the box, bro, you gotta figure that out. You gotta talk to people. Gotta get some help. Yeah, it's called bipolar, bro. If that shit came right out the box... Yes. Yes. I know the visual cue. The problem is that there's also a bait visual cue. There's two visual cues that kind of look indistinguishable. It looks the same, and so it's either I get the good version or I get the bad version. Can I wonder if I can I show you with my mouse? I wonder. Hold on. Pause. Okay, hold on. Is my mouse on the screen? I wonder if I... No, it's not. Fuck. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, there's 1 car, 2 car, 3 car, 4 car. First car is the first car. Look at the first car and then count forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Between the third and the fourth, this connection should be these two should be the last train cars to connect, and the third train car should tilt upwards. Okay? If it tilts upwards and these two are the last to connect, that's how you know you're on the good cycle. That's how you know you've done the frame perfect input right. Now, there's also a bait. Because the frame perfect is supposed to happen, it's supposed to happen 1 frame perfect and then the second frame perfect. That's supposed to be how it works. 1 frame perfect, 2 frame perfect. Okay, it's supposed to happen back to back, right? There's a bait where if I do the frame perfect and then I wait a frame and then I let go of the second frame perfect, right? I do the frame, I wait a frame and then I do the second frame perfect. That will cause the same effect to happen, but it's a bait and it won't work and it won't give me the desired outcome. I won't be able to skip the red. The red will kill me. And then for that's also a frame perfect jump. But it's like a much harder frame. It's got a much harder like visual cue. There's like basically no visual cue. There's like no visual cue. You kind of just like click it at whatever. That's too late, I think. Yeah. Or I could have gotten the bait. It's one. It literally is one or the other, right? That might be bait. That might be real. I don't know if it's bait or real. I can't tell. You do. With it, you need to learn? Not really. I think all things concern, like, I guess, but that's kind of like with every strategy, you know? Maybe it is specific. I don't know. Maybe I'm just speaking from somebody who's played this level so much that I kind of know all the small shit. Like, I know what happens at the end, like how that, like once I get to 2 frame perfect, I kind of understand how to like do the ending and make sure I don't fuck it up. I know all like the visual cues. This visual cue sucks though. This is like the worst frame perfect I think in the game, unironically. It is either the release frame perfect here, or it's this frame perfect up, because this frame perfect is like there's almost no visual cue. You're just fucking doomed. You just have to click the goddamn button and pray. I use the very back of my ball and the space between the second to last and the last spike. The very back of my ball and the space between the last to second to last spike. And that works like maybe 30% of the time, but it's the best one I found. I have tried with everything else and nothing else works more consistently than that. I've tried last spike, I've tried third spike, I've tried wheels, I've tried everything else, and nothing else works. Nothing else is precise enough. It is all... I think that's a bait. I think when it does like that little join, it might be a bait. That's my hot take. I think it just needs to be a bigger like jump. That's off. That was way too early. Feels off. I did not. I was too busy watching Valorant and PUBG. What can I say? I'm a lover of sports and don't worry. My sports schedule will get much more cluttered because I intend on watching hockey this season. That is, of course, if the Sharks are any good. If the Sharks continue to suck, I might fall off. But if the Sharks are, like, decent, I want to watch hockey this year because I love hockey. And I haven't gotten to watch hockey because, yeah, like ice hockey. Well, also I'll be watching a lot of blocky hockey because I'm, like, a caster for both leagues, okay? So I might have both, so. But no, I am... Ooh, people have been signing. Oh, Fish Kizzy and It's Cly and Ramuski. Oh, boy, Ramuski's going to be a death team, bro. Vanilla Egg, Postium, Imperial on the Huskies. Vanilla Egg's not bad. Postium, I have questions. Imperial's decent. Kev out on Mallards. I don't know about that. Big Maple Leafs fan. Grandpa coached them for like 2 years. That's pretty cool. I just like hockey because I think it's like the funnest sport to watch. I think it's just like, it's faster paced, more exciting soccer in a lot of ways. You know? Soccer is just a lot slower, a lot more tactical, but you know, hockey, man, that's some real high octane shit. That shit goes crazy. Honestly, I think I kind of want to, like... Level 7 and level 8 don't really need practice. I've been hitting level 8 like crazy, bro. MMA? I actually don't watch any like fighting. About NHL or hockey, so that's fine. I care about a lot because like when it comes a lot from like when I was growing up, I kind of watched the era of kind of like San Jose Sharks hockey where like because like the San Jose Sharks stadium was like 30 minutes drive from where I grew up, so like I was like very much involved in like, you know, San Jose Shark, like it was like all over for me. And I was in that era where the Sharks were like good enough to make it to the playoffs every year, but they never actually won a Stanley Cup. And so for me, my enjoyment would come from like that era of like, I really want to see the Sharks win a Stanley Cup. That's something I really want to see happen because I never got to see it as a kid. I really want that to happen. So I've got a lot of connection on the team through that. I care about the Warriors because Steph Curry exists, and I think once Steph Curry leaves the Warriors, I think they're going to become kind of a nobody franchise unless they find like another generational superstar, which is not going to happen. You don't get 2 Steph Currys in a row, unless you're the Green Bay Packers, but that's that's a completely different sport. But yeah, sorry. I wanted to talk more about fighting because MJ asked the question. Yeah, I don't know why. I feel like I just never got into like fighters. I think the problem for me is like I just don't really get into like the personalities as much, I think. Because like a big thing about fighting is like it's a very personality based like, you know, thing. Like you have to have personality if you want to be a successful fighter. And I feel like I just never really got into the personalities of the thing. It just feels like it's very hard to watch fighting specifically because it feels like there are so much other stuff that you have to tune into instead of like the fights. If you actually want to like get the story and the personality and all that stuff, it feels like it's very hard to. You can't just get that through the fight because once the fight happens, like it's over, right? There's no more other fights. The fight has happened, right? To understand the story and the personalities, like you have to watch like the press conferences and the interviews. Like there's so much other stuff. It feels like I have to get into if I really want to get into the personalities and then the people behind, you know, who's fighting each other. And I am, for one, I'm arguably like I like personalities. I like stories. Like this is the way I enjoy sports, through personalities and through stories and through people. And I understand, like, some people just, like, they just want to watch the game or they just want to watch the sport. For me, it's, like, if it's just, like, a game or just the sport, it's just, it doesn't mean anything to me. I don't really care. If I don't have anybody to root for, then I don't want to watch the thing, right? I want to watch something when I have something to root for, when I have somebody to root for. It doesn't even have to be, like, a team. It can just be, like, a really good story or a really interesting player that I want to follow, right? There's so many different things that can get you into watching a sport for me. If there's nothing there, it just doesn't mean anything to me, you know? So yeah, that's kind of why I don't get into MMA as much. Also, it just feels like MMA is just shit for a lot of reasons. Just because of like fighter pay seems really fucked up. Because when you give all the control over to the organizer like MMA does, then your fighters kind of get fucked on pay. And so because they get fucked on pay, they get brain damage and no, you know, health care for the rest of their fucking lives. At least with boxers, it feels like you make an absurd amount of money as a boxer. So at least when, like, you know, you're old and fucking retired, you at least have health care so you don't, like, you know, die early, or at least your life isn't like miserable and painful, and you don't have to work some like 9 to 5 just to get by, right? You're not gonna see fucking Mike Tyson pull up at, like, you know, Office Depot ringing up your order, right? It feels like for MMA fighters, it feels like a lot of them, you're gonna see them at your, you know, you will see them flipping burgers very soon because they just don't have enough money to keep it going, because MMA fucks them on pay. If they're not popular enough, then, you know, hey, too bad, buddy. No commercials for you. No advertisement deals for you. You're done. So, yeah, that's just what I feel about MMA. Very cool sport, though. Very cool concept for a sport. People fucking beat each other up however they can. Whoever is the best at beating each other up at them up wins, bro. I respect fighters a lot. I think it's hard not to, but I will watch fighting, of course. Like if there's like a big event coming up, you know, if the story is very easy to follow, very easily publicized. I think that's a lot of the reasons why I watch like the Logan Paul versus, like, there's a reason why the Logan Paul versus KSI fight was like the big thing that happened back in the day. Because the story was very easy. It was very apparent, very clear. Everybody wanted to see KSI rock Logan's shit because Logan was a dick. And he still is a dick. But we also found out that KSI is a dick. So it's, you know, but at that point it was like, you know, the hero KSI versus the villain Logan Paul. So we all got to see that. It was a shit fight, I'm sure. But it was fun because narratives, and if both fighters, it felt like they actually wanted to win. They actually had something to prove. Nowadays, it feels like YouTuber fights are either all preordained because Jake Paul is doing them, or they don't want to actually hurt each other. Or they're fighting like they don't want to get hurt, you know? I think that's the worst kind of fight. Seeing somebody who's fighting who doesn't want to get hurt. I think that's why I could never do like a YouTuber boxing match. If I ever became famous enough that people wanted to see me fight another YouTuber, I think the problem... I couldn't do that because I don't want to get hurt, dude. No, YouTube... Well, because I think that YouTube boxing would come back if there's like major beef between two like content creators and they decide to fucking like duke it out. That'll bring it back, bro. People said rap beef was done until like, you know, Kendrick versus Drake happened. Like we don't get any real rap beef anymore, and then Kendrick versus Drake happened. It was like the biggest thing, right? All it takes is like what, like I think YouTubers, like people fighting each other when they actually have beef, will never be a dead genre, MJ. I think that's just what you have to like remember. Ultimately, if two people really fucking hate each other and they hate each other enough that they're willing to fight each other and they're famous enough, then hey, it's back. Imagine if fucking XQC and Mr. Beast, sorry, not even XQC, I shouldn't say XQC, he's a fucking nobody. If Mr. Beast and goddamn, who's comparable to Mr. Beast and like also kind of in the same lane? Mr. Beast and Ryan's Toys reviews. I'm saying, I think if Mr. Beast and Ryan's Toys reviews got into a fucking mega beef and they decided to have a boxing match, I think that shit would do numbers. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I think shit would get I think shit would get mad viewers. I think we're becoming more meta and we realizing that it's artificial and we don't really care. Yeah. I think that's a good thing though, you know? Probably a good thing with like the fighting stuff, but again. Like I said, I think all it takes is like one person or two. All it takes is like two people to really fucking, you know, want to beat each other up. And then like a bunch of like smaller creators will follow to try to get clout off of it. All it takes. As long as there's pride. I think a lot of it also has to do with like pride. If there's like a lot of pride on the line. If there's pride on the line and there's beef, you know, it'll happen, man. So, no, but I think it's like the natural. Sheep versus Ludwig. I'm not famous enough to fight Ludwig, and Ludwig is not famous enough to care about me. Sorry, Ludwig is too famous to care about me. People want to see professionals? I don't think that's true. I think that's just bullshit. I think again and again we've seen like, you know, traditional celebrities outsell like, you know, professional events. I think time and time again you see like, instead of the best fighters, you see the most entertaining fighters, right? Again and again you see that people with the best personalities go the furthest in sports every single time. This works. In esports and traditional sports, the people who have the most fans are the ones that have the best personalities, and time again. I think the only way that you get like fans and you don't have a good personality is if you're like insane, like soccer players, right? Like Messi and Ronaldo are not exactly, you know, like chock full of personality, but they're so insane at the game that, you know, you watch them because of that, right? You're either really insane at the game you play or you're really fun to watch. Actual professionals, like kind of like the people that kind of fill in the gaps between those two groups, nobody wants to see those people. Nobody cares. This happens every time. People just like personalities, man. It's not a bad thing. But you can also argue that it kind of cheapens sports, right? Because like sports, you have to start to account for, you know, the fact that sports is it's a business. And so you have to take into account not only what is best for competition, what's the best for making sure that your competition is fair and honest between two different groups of people, versus what's entertaining, right? Chess is a very honest competition. There's a reason chess isn't a very popular sport. It's not very fun to watch. So, you know, you just have to have, you know, there has to be an alignment between what is entertaining and what is competition, right? And so if some rules are going to change that make the brand more entertaining but maybe a little bit less competitive, you know, sometimes those are good rule changes to make. A lot of the changes baseball has been making recently to try to shorten games, to make things more exciting. Reach men's chess. I wonder how much of that is just because it feels like women aren't allowed in men's competition. Or I wonder how much of that is just because, I don't know if women are not allowed. I wonder if how much it is that just women are super discouraged from participating in men's chess. I've become a little bit, I don't want to say black, a little bit blue-pilled on this. I feel like there has to be at least one women's grandmaster that could absolutely like fucking tussle with some of these dudes. Genuinely can't see any physical barrier. I don't know. It feels like maybe it's just like chess is just not like, there's not enough chicks that are into chess that like for there to be like that one prodigy, but it feels like there's got to be like, I feel like if you did like a mixed event where you had a bunch of men and a bunch of women and they were all in the same division, man, I feel like it'd be a lot closer than people think it would be. I think people like, I think chess, like as a sport, it just feels like the kind of sport where you would want to have like inclusive stuff, right? Right? Like even as like a woman, it feels like, you know, I don't want to get like, you know, I want to fight the big dogs, right? Like as a competitor, you're like, I want to fight the biggest, baddest, right? I don't want to be like the biggest, baddest woman, because there's always that like kind of, it feels like a pejorative term, right? Woman, I'm the best woman. And for like traditional sports, I get that, right? Because there's just like, there's no physical way you can compete with some of these guys. It's not like physically possible. But it feels like in chess, it's like, man, this is like a brain game, bro. I don't know if it seems so like unbelievable to me that like women just cannot compete with men. It's just impossible for them. They'll always get out. It just feels like, it just seems so weird to me. So I don't know. Maybe I'd like to see some more events just like straight up like no more women's, just like fucking ban the women's division. You want to come to our event? Get in here. Everybody fucking fights each other. I don't care. You all fucking fight each other. I think some crazy shit would happen. Maybe it wouldn't. Maybe you'd see all the women get totally shit on by the dudes. There'd be like nobody, like if you had like a 500 person chess open invitational, open gender, 250 men, 250 women, like let's just make a perfect split. It'd probably be something like 350 to 150, right? Or closer. Like I'm sure like arguably you'd probably see more guys in the top half, but I don't think it'd be as segregated as people would see. It's not like no women inside the top 50 or something. It feels like that I don't know, that seems a little bit ridiculous to me. It feels like with men and women in chess are a lot closer than people like to pretend it is. Yeah, again, I am also like interested like how much of that is just to do with like cultural factors in like chess, right? How much of it is because like women like are just not like are not, you know, told to are not accepted inside of like chess, or like I wonder how much of it is just like stuff like that, right? How much of it is like just like societal factors kind of like kicking these women out of these spaces. Just guys being dudes in the worst way possible, right? Guys being dudes, but as a pejorative, you know? Cooked by a GM blindfolded? Well, okay, blindfolded, like, okay, people think blindfold is like this massive disadvantage for like GMs. That is actually the craziest lie that you've ever been told, MJ. Being in a blindfold for a GM is like the most negligible disadvantage ever. It actually just doesn't fucking matter. They know the board so well, it doesn't fucking matter if they can see the pieces or not. It actually just genuinely doesn't matter. It sucks for like people who don't know chess. No, it doesn't like play like this huge factor that you think it does, right? It's like, oh my god, you're blindfolded. No, dude, these GMs know the position like they know like they know exactly what's going on. Like they know the fucking position. They're not stupid like we are. Something happens to your brain when you spend your entire life studying one game. You kind of know the game a little bit. Blindfolded is not like the disadvantage you think it is. I swear on my life, it is not the disadvantage you think it is. I didn't think I was going to make it, and I fucked it up anyway. Also, there's like, I wonder like how, I feel like I've heard of that Nemo girl. I don't know how good she actually is, though. Cause like with chess, like the title GM is also like a pretty big misnomer. Like there are like inside of the GM title, there are like massive levels between like the worst GM and the best GM, right? It's like is she actually like the best women's chess player though? Like is she even close? Right? It's like the worst GM would never beat Magnus Carlsen in a million years. Maybe not in a million years, but like it would the best GM, like the worst GM could play Magnus Carlsen for 100 games and he wouldn't win a single one. The worst GM would not beat Magnus Carlsen in a game of chess a single time. It just wouldn't happen. It's just not possible. So I wonder like if it's a situation like that where like she's good at chess compared to like, you know, you and I, but compared to like the best of the best in terms of women's chess, she's like a nobody. I wonder. Well, no, there's like the classic, there's like the classic question, like if you were in a Groundhog Day scenario where every day you woke up and you played Magnus Carlsen in chess, and the only way you could progress is by beating Magnus Carlsen, how long would you be stuck in the Groundhog Day? How long would you be trapped in Groundhog Day? And I think the answer to that is it's the closest to purgatory you could get. Yeah, exactly. It's the closest to purgatory you would get. If all you did was wake up and immediately start playing chess with Magnus Carlsen, no time to prepare, no anything. You just wake up in a white room and you have to play Magnus Carlsen, and the moment you fucking lose, you just immediately reset. Bro, you'd be stuck there forever. Genuinely, you could not beat him. You could not beat Magnus Carlsen at chess. It would take so fucking long. It'd take an unfathomable amount of time. I know, that's the thing. You're doomed, bro. You would have to like, I think the best strategy, like literally like the best strategy would be like make the same opening move again and again and again. But oh, dude, it'd be so it'd be so hard to see. Like, if I'm making a move, like I don't know if like what move is the problem. Like, what move is the one that's like if I make the same moves in the same order and I get the same result every time, which isn't even like this like gonna happen because Magnus Carlsen might think differently every time. Magnus Carlsen is not like a computer, right? He's not gonna give you the same answer every single time you give him the problem, right? He's very human. How can you even tell what the problem is? If I'm making a bad move, how do I even know it's a bad move? At that level, I don't know if I could tell if what I'm doing is a bad move or not. I'd be stuck there. Even at my level, as somebody who's like competent, I know a little bit about chess, I kind of get the general idea, bro. I might be fucking doomed. I'd have to like kill him or something. I have to like find the secret gun hidden underneath the chessboard and just shoot him. I just have to fight Magnus Carlsen. I think I'd have a better chance. I think it would be more likely if Magnus Carlsen had a gun and I had to kill Magnus Carlsen. The only way I escape is if I kill Magnus Carlsen, but Magnus Carlsen has a gun. I think I would get escape from that reality sooner than the one where I have to beat him in chess. Dead ass. Dead ass. Okay. What a crazy hypothetical that we've delved into here. This fucking brain-breaking hypothetical of Magnus Carlsen just fucking us raw in chess. I think I am gonna end. I think it's probably best that I end. I didn't really want to stream today, but I had to because no Thursday stream, and so I also have ice cream that I want to eat. I want to eat ice cream. I have ice cream because it's my ice cream day, and so I have ice cream that I want to eat, and it's chocolate ice cream, and it's got M&Ms in it. And I'm very excited. Chocolate ice cream with mini M&Ms, because mini M&Ms are the greatest add-on. Don't let yourself be baited. Mini M&Ms are the greatest add-on to ice cream. If you go to the ice cream stop and you get like a topping, mini M&Ms are the best. They are the best topping. You heard that from me, specifically from me. Mini M&Ms are the best. Sprinkles are bullshit. They are cardboard sugar. That is what sprinkles are. They are bullshit. Sprinkles are, anybody who likes sprinkles just likes the way they look, or they like cake, or they like having like a little bit of childish fun, which is okay. Having childish fun is okay and based and okay, but also it doesn't taste very good. Mini M&Ms are the best. And anybody who gets any kind of gummy in their candy, like gummy bears, gummy worms, if you get gummy with your ice cream, you are an insane person. You are an insane person. You need to be locked up in a fucking mental institution. I'm being very serious. If I see somebody eating gummy bears with their ice cream, they are an insane person. They need to be locked up. That's not a joke. That is absolutely serious. The most insane thing you could possibly do with your ice cream. Oreos are better. I don't have any beef with Oreos. I just think that they just get a little bit too soggy as a topping when you mix them into the ice cream. They don't maintain their texture in the ice cream. That's why cookies and cream ice cream is like a flavor, right? It's because the Oreos kind of like melt into the ice cream. It doesn't feel like a topping anymore, you know? Me and the divas eating our ice cream with our gummy bears. Gummy bears is insane. You're insane if you put gummy bears in your ice cream. You are. I'm sorry. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it is the truth. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. I've got to get out of here. I will talk to you gamers tomorrow. And hopefully at that point, I don't know, something will have happened. Either way, I need to make this goddamn Civ application video because, you know, I might be playing inside of Maze Runner Civilization. That's right. A second Civ event to add to our repertoire. It's coming up soon. It's not just Progeny, although I have to like think about Progeny stuff, and oh god, what a punishment I have to do. What a punishment I will confer upon myself by actually playing in Progeny. Either way, peace. Bye.